Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the third annual Microdreams event. My name is Bill Hamlen, and I have the unique pleasure of having known Microdreams founder Greg Casagrande for over 30 years. So I want to start tonight with a fun story. In 2004, my sister-in-law was visiting me in London, and one day she said, I feel like quitting my job and just volunteering at a microfinance organization somewhere in the Pacific. And I said, I know just the place. And a few weeks later, she headed off to Samoa for over 3 months. A few years later, Greg was passing through Singapore where I was working. My firm had a charitable arm, and in the process of helping Greg to raise funding to launch Tonga, I was able to hear his pitch firsthand and learn more about his microfinance work. Fast forward to this past summer when my own daughter was in need of a break, and I once again reached out to Greg. And so last June, Sophia and I headed off to Fiji. We had the unique opportunity to visit well over 20 villages in some of the most remote islands of Fiji and to meet hundreds of micro entrepreneurs. Some of the villages we visited rarely see outsiders. Listening to the beautiful melodic welcome and farewell songs brought tears to my eyes, and seeing the gratefulness of these women firsthand was a life-changing experience for me. Well, I'm happy to share some good news from the front lines. Not only have Microdreams and SPBD funded over 25,000 loans so far this year, but in Fiji, the coral reefs are in excellent shape. The fisheries are well maintained, and the countryside is pristine. I mention this because one of the most important and often overlooked benefits of what Microdreams does is to help preserve fragile ecosystems in precarious places by lifting the most vulnerable out of poverty. For example, on the island of Tabuni, we met women who use microloans to grow typhoon-resistant root crops like ginger and turmeric to give them an economic lifeline in the tough times after catastrophic storms. However, my favorite takeaway from the experience was to see that in every village center, there was always one or two obvious leaders doing something extra special with their loans. And these women were inspirational leaders. Microdreams enables women to build confidence and leadership skills to not only succeed with their own businesses, but to also motivate other women around them to work hard, succeed, and rise out of poverty. So on that note, I am thrilled that you soon meet an amazing woman from Tonga, and I'm happy to introduce Kelekis, the CEO of Microdreams.
Thanks, Bill, and welcome everyone. Bill, I'm so glad you and Sophia were able to see the impact of our work firsthand and meet so many of our members in Fiji. From the photos you shared and the discussions we've had, I know you had a great time and learned a lot about microfinance. To everyone who has tuned in, thank you for joining us for our third annual Stories with Micro-Entrepreneurs series. And I'm so happy that we are connected, that you made the time for us today. From New York to Nuku'alofa, Tonga, to Auckland, New Zealand, to San Francisco, we are here to celebrate our work. And that is to empower women empower women by providing them with meaningful economic opportunity so they can work their way permanently out of poverty. Now, I was recently at my business school reunion, and many of my classmates said that I was changing the world, making it a better place through microfinance. And for me, that's definitely a high compliment. But what I know to be true is that it's our members. They are the ones who are doing the heavy lifting. They are inspiring women like Sionippa from Tonga, who starts baking at 5 p.m. and then works all night so she can have her baked goods ready for the next morning's packaging and delivery runs. I'm excited that Sionippa is with us today. But before we go over to her in Tonga, I'd like to highlight that Microdreams and our partner SPBD Microfinance, we work together to offer a range of products and services, from various credit products to savings accounts to financial education and more, all geared toward empowering hardworking women to start and grow income-generating businesses so they can improve their family's standard of living. Our goals for today's event are actually pretty straightforward. One is to raise awareness of our work. Two, to keep our supporters informed of our impact. And three, to raise new funds so we can reach more women and impact more lives. And to accomplish this, we really could use your help. And there are lots of ways to get involved. You can follow us on social media and help spread the word. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, for example. Giving Tuesday is coming up very soon on November 29th this year. And we would be thrilled if you could create a Facebook fundraiser and select Microdreams as your charity of choice. We would be happy to help you set that up if you need it. And of course, you can donate. You can text to 44321 with the message Love Tonga. You can also donate on our website or even mail a check if you prefer. Now I'd like to share our first video. It's a chance for you to see Siunipa's personal entrepreneurial journey before we meet her live.
This is where my house is, this is where I live, and this is my garage. Also, this is my 2 vehicles I've been making a loan. I bought 2 of them. This is in my veranda, and this is my kitchen.
Welcome back. I really want to encourage you to ask questions today because we have saved time for Q&A later on. The good news is we already have received a few questions through email. That said, you can submit questions during this program. You can text 37607 and type MD461. After you receive the automated reply, you will be able to text us your questions. Now it is my honor to introduce our featured celebrities. Fine Tuipilotu is the General Manager of SPBD Tonga, and she's the first Tongan national to hold the top position. Fine has been with SPBD Tonga for 13 years. Fine, I just want to let you know that the work that you and your team of 40 do, it's really, truly remarkable. So thank you, Fine. Thank you to the team in Tonga for your extraordinary commitment. With Fine is Sionippa Nimo. Now, the first time I met Sionippa was back in her village in 2014. And the second time was about 5 years later. I went back because I wanted to see her again. I kept hearing about Sionippa's business success and her improved housing and how she prioritized education for her children. So I just had to visit her again and see it for myself. Sionippa is extraordinarily hardworking. She is so entrepreneurial, so talented, so busy, so caring, and she's an inspiration to me and many others. She's a businesswoman. She is the center chief of her SPBD center, the chairperson of District 8 for her local area, and she's a role model to many women and men in her community. So I am thrilled to have you both here today. Welcome and maloelele.
Thank you, Boris. It is great to be with you all today. So this time I'm going to straight to our interview with Sionippa. Sionippa, back in 2009, you wanted to expand your small bakery business and you needed a loan. I know that none of the banks lend you money. And I am so happy that you joined SPBD. Today, you are one of our most successful members and your bakery business has grown a lot. My first question is, how did SPBD help you grow your business?
Thank you, Finia, for the question. First of all, I'd like to thank you, the SPBD. SPBD been very helpful with my bakery business, especially with my first loan. I purchased 2 stores, big one. And secondly, because of my kitchen is too small, SPBD helped me to enlarge my small kitchen to a bigger one. And also, the last loan I made, I purchased 2 vehicles to help me deliver my products. And that is how the SPBD helped me using their loans to help my business getting better and better. Thank you.
Sionippa, can you please tell us more about your business today? What types of products are you selling? And do you have employees?
Well, today my business is getting bigger and bigger. From say about 12 years. I start baking small products, but now I'm adding roti, banana cake, different kind of cake, cupcakes, and also donati and panpopo. That's how my products start getting bigger and bigger. And what is the
Employees.
Well, talking about my employees, I employ two ladies. They came around 4:30 at night time, helping packing the products to deliver, and also helping. For those people, they pick up their products from my place, so they start helping get ready my products to deliver and pick up.
Sionippa, can you talk about who are your customers and how you get to your new customers?
Well, my first customers is my community, the people they live around me. And also around the restaurant in Tonga, that's my second customer. And then this is how they go, we communicated. First of all, they use the phone. They order, and now we use the FB to order their products. If they want something, just pick up the phone, ring, and also they use the FB to order their products.
Thank you, Sionippa. I know that you used to live in a very small house before, and I want to say congratulations on all of the hard work that went into improving your home for a family. Please discuss this and how SPBD helped you.
Well, thank you, Fine, for the question. That's true. I used to live in a small house with 1 bedroom and 1 sitting room. And most part of my house is for me to baking. But because of the loan from the SPBD, well, you can see we used to live in a one bedroom, one sitting room. Now I have 5 children. And we only sleep in only sitting room. But now SPBD helped me with a loan, especially with a loan, to enlarge my house. Now it is a, we can say 6 bedroom, and also fully furnished. And not only that, but I have a big veranda with a beautiful garden. I hope one day you come and see. That's how the SPBD helped me to build my environment, my house, to keep it look better. Now, thank you.
Sionippa, you often say that your children know that they are growing up in a poor family, and that education is important so that you can get a good job and improve their lives. Can you please tell us about your family's education?
Thank you, Finley, for that question. I love that question because this is one of my hard work. First of all, my eldest son finished his education from the University of the Pacific, finished his BA. And also my eldest daughter, she finished her school in diploma with a Tongan Institute. But now she is in Australia. She's working over there, my daughter. And my another son, he used to educated in one of the Tongan tertiary, Fokololo, we call it Fokololo. And he finished his mechanic level 2. And he's migrated to New Zealand with his certificate. And now he's working over there. And my other daughter, he's still in Tonga, one of our Tongan university, USP in Tonga. But next year, she'll finish her BA in mathematics technology. So my little one is still in the high school. But for me, as I want to say to the women of the SPBD, please educate your children so they can have a better life and a better future. Thank you.
Thank you, Sionippa. It has been wonderful for me to see your journey with SPBD Tonga over the past 12 years. My last question is, what are your goals for the future for your business?
Well, as I say, bakery is only my talent. But I'm looking for, I want to build a shop in front of my house, apart from my home. So I don't have to use my home. I use my own shop of doing the bakery. Not only that, but I'm thinking of different kind of products. Meat shop, clothes, and also I'm looking at my youngest daughter. She got a talent of hairdressing. I can build a shop and different kind of work over there. I think that's my dream. That is my dream, to build a shop with different kind of products, but especially with my bakery. Thank you, Finny.
I'm thanking you, Sionippa, for taking your time to share your story today. I remember I tried your baked goods, and I really loved your chocolate donuts. You made so special and so yummy. We appreciate your hard work in growing your businesses and your leadership in our SPBD Center. We are wishing you all the best in your future success. We trust you will soon achieve your dream of a bakery shop in front of your house. To all of the viewers, we invite you to visit Tonga and to stop by Sionippa's bakery and try some of her delicious cake, donuts, and much more. I am wishing you well. Malo aupito. Lofua. Body, back to you.
Malo Fine and Malo Siunipa for sharing your story with us. As we sort through questions, we'll show you a brief video on microdreams.
What's in a dream? A place to call home? Or having enough to eat? But maybe it's a chance to be self-sufficient and to prosper. To give an education to a daughter or a son. In 2000, we began in Samoa by empowering women to lift themselves out of poverty through meaningful economic opportunity. With women like Ainga, who supports 8 children and 8 grandchildren. She used her first microloan to make and sell pancakes, and her second to start a successful family fishing venture. In Tonga, it took Finiofa 3 times to pass the South Pacific Business Development Test and receive her loan, but she didn't give up, and she's never missed a loan payment. Then we expanded to Fiji to help Margareta and her family grow her award-winning tapa design business to support and educate her children. In the Solomon Islands, Ellen creates necklaces, bracelets, and earrings out of paper and now helps to train other women in her jewelry-making techniques. With unsecured loans as little as $150, we give dreams an opportunity and a concrete path to success through financial education, business skills training, and ongoing guidance. With a 99% repayment rate, loans are recycled to finance more entrepreneurs. Opportunity becomes fulfillment. Education becomes motivation. Accountability becomes accomplishment and confidence and success. What began with one woman, one family, now reaches tens of thousands. A contribution from you will continue to bring dreams to life.
All right, welcome back. Let's dive right into our Q&A so we can answer as many questions as possible. I'm going to take advantage of my position and ask Sionippa the first question. Sionippa, I think that you have what Bill talked about in his intro, the confidence and leadership skills that sets you apart from so many others. I also know that you motivate and you encourage so many other women entrepreneurs as well. So I would like to know, were you always so confident? How did you develop your leadership skills?
Thank you for the question. As I said before, I used to be very shy, and I feel like very small. But since I've been joining the SPBD, especially when I used to be a center chief, and they made me feel like I had to start, how to look after my troops. So I had to be a big leadership, a good one. And that's how I start to encourage myself that I can do it. And then from there, it encouraged me that gave me idea how to help my SPBD woman, you know. It helped me start to make me help my women to build up their family in a good life. So I have to be a good example. I have to work so hard. So all the members of my women can see me working hard, they can do the same. And that's how I start to feel good about myself. And as I start working so hard, and as I said before, the money from the SPBD helped me enlarge my home, my business. The community start looking at me like, wow, she can do it, especially when I was still, especially when I started growing up as a smaller one. And that's how it made me, encourage me to be working so not only for the SPBD, but help the community, help the women of Tonga. They can do it. If I can do it, they can do it. And that's how it made me feel. I say thank you, SPBD, for choosing me as one of the center chief. Now I feel better now. I feel good. And that's why I say that's how I start to make me feel strong. And I think that's how the SPBD helped me. Not to feel small. Now I can feel I can do anything I want. And I'm grateful for that. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. So the next question is from our audience, and it is about the massive volcanic eruption in January of this year. This is actually one of the questions that came in earlier today by email from Jim Young, who is one of our board members. So I did have the chance to pull up a couple of pictures from the eruption and some data that I wanted to share with our viewers. According to NASA, the eruption of the Hunga Ha'apai underwater volcano had more explosive force than 100 simultaneous Hiroshima bombs. The eruption generated tsunami waves that were 9 times taller than any other tsunami in recent history, with some estimates saying that the eruption generated a set of planet-circling tsunamis that may have started out as a single mound of water 90 meters tall, which is roughly the height of the Statue of Liberty. We know that the tsunami waves sent seawaters flooding into the coastal areas. The toxic volcanic ashfall affected air quality and contaminated the drinking water and agricultural land. And the eruption also severed the undersea communications cable, resulting in a 5-week digital blackout, which of course hampered relief operations. This was a major disaster for the entire country. And the question, Sionippa, for you is, how did the volcanic eruption impact your business, family, and community?
Thank you for the question. As you know, it's very, very big disaster when it happened here in Tonga. As I say, it was affect my business, especially those tasks, you know, and all the school closed, the shop, you know, and I think the health. We can't do anything about the food because it's very dusty. That's how it affects my business. Affect my family, yes, it is. Because the money, you know, we're selling products, we have some money. But as I say, luckily, SPBD taught us how to be saving. And because of that, I use my saving. Talking about the women, they all, I think, suffer. Because all the as we call local weaving mats, all die, all the crops die, nothing left. And even my community, we all suffer because no food, they all die. But luckily, the SPBD came in the right time. They offer another loan. I think if the women were here, they would say, yes, helping them with their family and also helping to for their business to start again. And that's how I say we will suffer, but luckily the SPBD women are lucky because SPBD help them make another loan to help their family and also their business. Thank you.
Thank you, Sionippa. And yes, I know that your business was closed for a couple of months, and you were able to use the savings that you had to get you through this challenging period. And one of the things we'd like to say is savings is super important, and it helps you through these quote unquote rainy days, these hard periods. So savings products are incredibly important. So that's great. I wanted to ask you as well, the Microdreams and SPBD also put together sort of a relief effort. Can you talk a little bit about whether it's Fine or Siunipa? Can you tell us a little bit about the relief kits? Also, were those helpful to you?
Yeah, that's right. I think that's the happiest day I can say from my SPBD women. They were so happy. The food, the washing delta, everything, and I say that my neighbor, they were surprised to see the big trucks go to my house and they overload those things. And I think I can say thank you very much because I think that women, they were appreciated, of your fathers, of your guys helping us. And I think that's one of the things that I'm proud of it because I think the SPBD helped us before the government. We haven't received any help from the government. But luckily, we have SPBD, they look after us. And that's how I can say it from your question.
Thank you very much. Oh, the next question, actually, it's for Fine. Fine, what do you find most enjoyable or most meaningful about your work?
Thank you, Polly. Working for SPBD really taught me a lot. It's from our clients. SPBD's client are people, women that they are unemployed. And not only that, but they are poor women of the country. No banks can give loans to them. It's only SPBD. The work that I always love to do is doing disbursement because they share with me their experience and what the impact that SPBD is doing to them and to their family also. So it's kept me going. It's really motivated me in what I'm doing. Even sometimes it's tough, but I really have to do it because I love the women and the people of Tonga that we are working to. So that's the most enjoyable part of what I'm doing. I think that we are helping the people, that they don't have any assistance from somewhere else. It's just SPBD who give them chance to have loans and to work on what they are doing, like Siunipa shared with us today. So that's the most enjoyable to me in what I'm doing. Thank you.
Thank you, Fine. I'm going to sneak one more question in. And we had a discussion about this as we were preparing for this event. And Siunipa, SPBD also offers financial education. I know that you talked about how we We're able to help you save, teach you how to save, and you saved. But also in our discussions, you talked about budgeting and some of the other lessons you learned from the financial education program. Would you mind just sharing a little bit of that with our viewers as well?
Well, thank you. Talking about that, as I said before, SPBD been helping me with my business, how to run my business, how to spend money, how to budgeting your money every day. And that's how I know whether my business is, no money that day. And that's how it made me, to, instead of doing that, you can have different kind, to rebuild your business instead of make profit. That's what I say. And that's how the SPBD helped me. How to use the money, how to use your loan money instead of spending it. You have to use it to saving it. So one day your business is low, you have to use your saving, to keep on going. That's what how the SPBD helping with me with that. One day I think talking about the education loan. Of course, all my children been with the SPBD loan, plus with my profit, with my saving. It helped me to keep on going with my children. And I think most of the things that I've been proud of, I've been proud that I've been lucky, to join this SPBD microfinance. They help me how to use my money wisely. Don't spend the money. You have to work so hard so you can have a better education for your children. You can have a good life and a good future. And that's how I say I'm proud to be one of the members of the SPBD women. And thank you very much.
Well, thanks everybody for your thoughtful questions. And I would like to say a very special malo aupito to Fine and to Sionippa for their inspirational interview. Well, it's amazing. It's amazing how fast this event flies by. It happens every year, at least for me. And our time together is almost over. I wanted to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart for your commitment and your generosity to our mission, because we honestly could not make such an impact without you. And now our final speaker is Greg Casagrande, the founder and chairman of Microdreams and the founder and president of SPBD Microfinance. Over to you, Greg.
Thank you very much, Polly. It's a great pleasure to be the anchor man on this relay team for our Microdreams event this evening. I'd like to thank everybody who's worked on the production tonight. Bill, thank you very much for your kind introduction. Fine, of course, thank you for your leadership in Tonga. And Siunipa, it was wonderful to hear your story. So inspiring. I want to just share a few bits of news from the world of Microdreams. One is that we have an expanded web presence these days. And so, of course, you can go to www.microdreams.org and see all that's going on. One thing that I think is particularly exciting, if you go to our YouTube page, we have recently launched the Microdreams Microfinance Minute. And I host that minute for each session. And as the name suggests, it's about a minute. And I'll pick a topic about microfinance or about Microdreams in particular and talk about it. Some sessions run a little bit long, but I can guarantee you they will never run longer than 90 seconds. So please tune in to our Microdreams Microfinance Minute found on Microdreams' YouTube page. Also, earlier this year, not long ago, we released our first ever beautiful SPBD Microdreams Impact Report. And so I think you'll find this to be a really terrific report. It's titled Celebrating Our Impact. And, it's a fairly extraordinary document. If you don't have a copy of it yet, then please let Polly or myself know, and we can send to you an electronic digital version of the report. Few things I would just want to point out in the report is that it goes over all the sorts of different impacts that Microdreams is having. And so the way I think about our impact on our members' lives is, of course, we work with poor women, micro entrepreneurs, is getting them, first of all, onto a rung on the economic ladder, right? And so getting them access so they can start some sort of income generating business. So just getting onto a rung on the economic ladder is the first thing. Because if you're not on the rung, you can't climb up. So the first thing is get on the rung on the ladder. And then the second thing is to slowly climb up, or quickly, however quick you can go, climb up the ladder, right? And so that means, first of all, creating your own job, one, and then two, increasing your earnings each and every week and each and every month and each and every year, so you can slowly move up the ladder. And then three, putting aside money for the proverbial rainy day, right? So saving, investing in your future, accumulating your assets. So we talk about that a lot. And then we talk about investing in households, in basic household improvements, so that the children of our members can grow up in much healthier homes. And then finally, we talk about childhood education and making sure that we always invest in the future, investing in the education all the way through a university education for the children of our members, so that the next generation is in great shape and the cycle of poverty is permanently broken. We also talk about the very importance of building the institution, so that the institution is there and it's a permanent organization, and so that it can scale. And so that's very important. It is why over the last 23 years, we've been able to work successfully with well over 100,000 women micro-entrepreneurs across the 5 Pacific Island countries, and to provide them with more than $225 million US to help them start and grow their micro businesses, and to improve their housing conditions, and to invest in their children's education. Each and every week, our teams are working in over 1,700 villages, holding small business training and other sorts of training and business development sessions with our clients in those 1,700 villages. And so building that organization so that it is sustainable and scalable, and building a terrific team. And as you see, Fine is one of my stars, right? We have 182 staff. Fine is in charge of the team in Tonga. And so I'm very grateful for our entire team. Just a few words, Sionippa was, I've known Sionippa for nearly 10 years. She's extraordinarily inspirational. We have zero collateral, right? And so when a poor woman comes to us and she wants financing, we require no collateral, right? And no collateral and no need for income, right? The only thing that we require is outstanding character, right? We want women who have good character, who live good lives of virtue as best they can, and who are committed to starting and growing a small income generating business for the benefit of their family. And as you can see with Sionippa, we've got all that. She is a woman of outstanding character who has applied herself. And the thing I like about, a thing about Sionippa is something else that we say. We are the financial institution that works with the poor, but we are also the financial institution, as in the case of Sionippa, that now works with the formerly poor. We're so proud of her success, and we want her to continue succeeding. And so we're the financial institution that works with the poor as well as the formerly poor, to help empower them, to get them onto the economic ladder and to move on up and to achieve, all the dreams that they aspire to achieve. For me personally, Microdreams is, it's my vocation. I'm so happy that I dove into this just over 20 years ago. I also think that it is a great destination for charitable support. Microdreams is A charitable gift to Microdreams is the gift that keeps on giving because of our revolving loan portfolio. And so if a donor to Microdreams, for example, donates $1,000 to Microdreams, then that will likely fund the financing for 2 women micro-entrepreneurs in any one of our 5 countries. And when those ladies pay back each of their $500 loans, then those loans can be given out again to the next set of 2 women micro-entrepreneurs. And so it is a gift that keeps on giving. And so all of you online, we greatly appreciate your support through the years. And we'd encourage you to consider making Microdreams one of your top destinations for your charitable giving. With that, I would just like to say thank you to everybody in each of our languages across the Pacific. Fafatai, 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 tele lava. Tangio tumas, vanakavaka levu. Of course, in Tongan, malo hi atu. And in my family's languages, grazie. Domo arigato gozaimasu. And thank you very much. Have a good evening.